This is Greg McHatton, the Hat. He's got a beautiful swing. He's using momentum and angular forces to generate his swing. He's using a body pivot for momentum. He's letting the club head do the work, using his wrists as a hinge. I've always admired the swing. It's just fun to watch. He may not hit as long as some of the swings, but he used to be a state champion. He used to hit the ball 280 to 300. He was a really good player. So how do we harness these physical forces? Here he demonstrates if the body rotates, the club throws out. And if it slides, it doesn't throw out. He's using that two-fingered drill to show that you can harness the forces and with an easy swing, hit the ball a long way. We can look at his swing here, and I put this here because watch the watch on his left hand. He's got a low triangle. Watch that watch, how it squares right at the front heel line. You also see this in all good players, no matter what the method that they're using. Imagine Lee with a watch on his left wrist. Squares at their front heel line. Here I superimpose the hands. As you can see, the arm movements are identical. The Hat.
Okay, so how do you get that 1, 2, 3 angle? Let's go over that first, and that was from the last video. But it's important because Greg McHatton's 123 lead, Dunaway, every pro. Okay, so let's get that 1, 2, 3 down. And it's quite simple. You can do that drill where I held my arms like this, and you turn sideways, and you have to reach down to the ball. Well, guess what? This is 123. Okay, what it is if I stand up straight, you've got a 180-degree angle, and it's a bend forward of 30 degrees, like this. Okay, very simple. And the other thing it is you bend this way. It's a side bend. And the side bend is 27 degrees. So it's 30 and then it's 27 this way. You feel like a rag doll on your right side. And all I'm doing is dropping my shoulder. Okay? And that'll give you the angle. This drill gives you the angle just automatically. This is going to be your impact position. And you're going to be at that angle. Your head tilts forward automatically. It does a lot of good things for you. And it's very simple. So it's just this. Very simple. Another way of doing it without a club, right, is if I go down with my hands to my knees like this. Just go to the one knee. And see, I get the same angle just with the right hand. My head's over my knee. And guess what? I've got the pivot just that easily. Just reach down, get your head over your inside of your knee, and turn. Head moves right, everything stays the same, you stay stable. It just shows you automatically how to do it. And it's simple. Anyone can do it. So that's the magical 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Greg McHatton talked about the watch in his left hand. I showed you Lee. That imagine the watch on your hand, and it's the Dunaway stuff. You're going to straighten at the front heel line. So that's universal. So if I'm in this posture, it's going to simply square. It's very easy. Watch it come right at the camera in that angle. So 100% of the arms do it. It's anatomically, you're going to straighten there. Then use that thought, mimic it. As far as physical forces, if you curve this instrument from the handle, the club flies out. That's what Greg Manhattan was showing. It flies out. All right? So any curvature at all. So take advantage of that. You know, he's showing the body movement of curvature in a rotational type thing. You know, where the club's going to throw out with a rotational move. And then he's saying, okay, if I slide my body, which I don't recommend really, but if you slide, this stays in a vertical relationship and it doesn't swing out. So he's harvesting the pivot and the sliding motion that he does, and then the pivot to harness the throwing out of the club. But think about it another way. If the club is in a neutral position, with your hands in line with the club head, as you are in your backswing, this way, okay? You can go vertical, like this, with your hands, and this speeds up. So it's a way of getting speed. So when I talk about a triangle, and you could see it in Greg Manhattan as well, form the triangle. He stays pretty low with the triangle, but then those hands come down. It's almost like pulling the handle. And if you think about the handle, so if that handle's moving linear, it hasn't thrown out this way, but as soon as it starts curving, it will. So we take advantage of that fact. So I can get my hand speed faster by axing down towards my right foot. My hands speed up. So that's a source of speed. And then the handle, if you think about it, curving the handle sharply throws the club out faster. So the more curve you have of this handle, so it points to the ball here in your backswing, you're on that line. You can refer back to the laser video, but you're on that line behind the ball, points to the ball, and then you curve the handle. You can curve it out and up, and this will throw out. You can curve it more straight and then into, and it will throw out. So those forces are being taken advantage of. And it's a simple thing you can do with a drill. Hold your hand, left hand. Manhattan's a left-handed pull type swing. Okay? And then literally just curve the handle. Curve the handle. So what I'm doing is I'm throwing down here and I'm pulling the handle in and up. And you'll see speed. So if you watch the handle on players or these analysis that I show you, watch how they move the handle. What's happening is in Manhattan, he's going back and he elongates. He not only curves the handle, he's going down with the triangle right here. He starts to curve that handle. The club throws out. And then he elongates this left side, so it's raising. So the club head's going down, the handle's going up. And what you have when you do that is barometric acceleration. And it speeds the club head. And you'll see that elongation of this side. So he's gaining speed as he triangles down His hands have speed. And then this curvature of the handle is going to throw that club head out. Okay. And then he's curving it again up, the elongation of the left side. So you see his shoulder go up and back. This. So that's really what's happening. And you take advantage of those physical forces and start to hit the ball longer, straighter. McCann may not be the longest person, but he was a good player. He was hitting at 280 to 300. And he's hitting solid straight shots. He's a state champion, top 100 teacher. And we can take advantage of, even if different looks, we can take advantage of that. The other thing that he's doing is his body movement. If these thighs and knees circle each other, you get more rotational hip movement. It's not rotational, your hips just tilt, but it feels like you're circling, and that momentum he's using in his hands to speed his hands. So he's using it as a pulling action, and it's how he's getting that kind of distance, but looking like he's moving slow. All right? Try these drills. Try it. You'll start to see. Use the club. You'll start to see for yourself. Start to measure yourself. A lot of people think they're 123. They're not even close. They'll be 140, 150. I can tell handicaps just by looking at those angles. So it tells you a lot. The better players are 123. Try this stuff. It works. You'll start to become a better player, and it doesn't take very long.